Hey everyone, welcome back. You know how we all want that good life, but sometimes it feels like kind of tough going right, like we're putting in the work but not quite getting where we want to be.
Yeah.
Well, get this. Today's deep dive is all about how that might not be about a lack of talent or opportunity,
Hmm.
but about our thinking holding us back.
It's so true. And that's what's so cool about the magic of thinking big. It's not just some fluffy good vibes only thing. It really gets into the nuts and bolts of how what we believe affects what we do, which is what actually gets us results.
Right. And one of the things I love is how it talks about this thing called excusitis.
Mm.
Like it sounds kind of funny, but we've all been there.
Yeah.
That little voice saying, oh, I'm too old to learn that new thing, or if I just had more time.
Oh, tell me about it.
The book even has this quote, something like, if I just had a better education. I mean, come on.
Exactly. And the cool part is how it breaks down each of those excuses. See, successful folks, they don't have fewer challenges, they just come at them differently. There's a story about a consultant, took him years to hit it big, but he never called those early struggles failures, just learning experiences.
Wow, what a shift in perspective.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that analogy in the book about moving a mountain. If you really believe you can, you'll figure it out. We may not be mountain moving in real life, but think about space travel. Like, scientists had to believe it was even possible before it ever happened.
Totally. And it's the same with our own potential. The book talks about this thermostat analogy. Like, your belief is the setting, set it low, you're not going to get far, crank it up, everything changes.
Oh, I like that.
There's this story about this young guy who landed this amazing job just because he knew he'd be great. It showed in how he acted, how he talked, just oozed confidence, and it won over his future boss.
That's incredible. So how do we get that kind of unshakable belief in ourselves?
Well, first thing, gotta manage that memory bank of ours.
Our memory bank, what's that?
Basically, we choose what we focus on, dwell on the bad stuff, those failures, it drags us down. But focus on the wins, even the small ones. That's powerful.
So true. Makes you think, what's your memory telling you right now? All doom and gloom or those little victories?
Right, and those little victories, they tie into this other cool thing. Acting confident actually builds confidence.
Oh, wait. You mean even if we don't feel it, we should just fake it until we make it?
Kinda. The book says even going through the motions, standing tall, speaking up, even smiling can actually trick our brains into feeling more confident.
Wild. So it's not about waiting for this magic confidence fairy dust to hit us.
Yeah.
It's doing the confidence stuff that makes it real.
Exactly. How many times have you gone into something nervous as heck, but you put on a brave face and crushed it?
More times than I can count. It's like they say, fake it till you make it, right? Sometimes just acting like you've got it together is half the battle.
Totally. And that actually leads us to another big idea from the book, adding value.
Okay, so we're acting confident, banking those good memories, now adding value. How does that fit in?
So it's about going above and beyond in everything we do, not just checking boxes, but asking, how can I make this better? What can I bring to the table?
I like that.
The book tells this great story about a salesman. Dude totally transformed his sales. Instead of just rattling off features, he showed how those features could improve people's lives, like really painted a picture, you know?
Oh, so instead of just selling a house, he's selling a dream.
Exactly. He wasn't selling stuff, he was selling possibility.
That is brilliant.
And the thing is, that works everywhere, not just selling houses, even in your own job, right? Like, what's something you could do to add that extra oomph that goes the extra mile?
It's about making a real difference, leaving things better than you found them, which kind of ties into another big thing from the book, how our environment shapes our beliefs and ultimately our success.
100%. The people we hang with, the stuff we read, even the
Uh,
places we spend time.
Th-
It all
th-
seeps in, you know?
It's true. You know what they say? You're the average of the 5 people you're around most. Hang with a bunch of negative Nancys. Good luck staying positive yourself.
Right. The book calls it curating your environment for success. Surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, who are all about growth, that's key.
Yeah, makes sense.
They even talk about this going first class idea.
At first, I thought they meant like spending tons of money, but it's deeper than that, right?
Oh, yeah, it's way deeper. It's about deciding you deserve to be surrounded by good things, not just material stuff, but quality in everything, raising your standards.
It's like surrounding yourself with things that reflect the best version of you.
Yes. It's about building an environment that pushes you towards that best self.
Okay, I'm into it. And speaking of becoming our best selves, the book connects all this back to leadership.
Oh, yeah, it's all connected.
Even if we don't see ourselves as the CEO type, that leadership mindset is crucial for, well, leading our own lives, making things happen.
Absolutely. And the book breaks down this leadership stuff into 4 main rules, super practical, even today.
Okay, I'm listening. What's rule number 1?
Creating minds.
Creating minds. What's that even mean?
It's about empathy, really getting inside the heads of the people you want to connect with, understand their needs, their point of view, like walking a mile in their shoes.
Instead of just bulldozing over everyone with your idea.
Exactly. Rule 2 is all about progress. Thinking it, believing it, pushing for it, being that force for positive change in your world and the world at large.
And that goes for like everything, right? Not just work stuff, but how we treat each other as humans, period.
100%. Which leads us to rule number 3. It's about remembering that human element in everything. Easy to get caught up in the doing, but we're all just people at the end of the day, right?
Totally. We've all got our own stuff going on.
Exactly. Leading with that empathy, that emotional intelligence, it's huge.
Making people feel seen and heard, that's got to be more important than ever these days, no matter what you're leading.
You got it. And that brings us to the final rule, carving out time for, well, just thinking. Our world's so noisy, right? Phones, emails, it's nonstop.
Tell me about it.
But the book's big on this idea that it's in the quiet, when we disconnect from all that our best ideas come through. That's where that true leadership stuff happens, that inner work.
So important, that quiet time.
Yeah.
It's so easy to just let it get filled up,
Yeah.
But stepping back, tuning in, that's how we grow.
100%. And it's wild, right? This book was written ages ago, but it's like even more relevant now with all the craziness going on.
It's timeless,
Yeah.
It's not just about feeling good. It's about making good things happen. That whole idea that we're not stuck,
Yeah.
that we have the power to change things, it's pretty inspiring.
Totally. We get to decide who we're going to be, what we're going to go after. No more listening to those voices, those doubts that try to hold us back.
Love that. Well, on that note, as we wrap up this deep dive, there's this one last thought from Magic of Thinking Big that we want to leave you with. The book talks a lot about the power of selling yourself. Not in a sleazy way, but really owning your worth, letting your light shine. So our question for you today is, what's one thing you can do today, right now, to package yourself in a way that reflects your true potential? Maybe as how you dress, how you talk to people, even just your posture. How can you make that stronger, more confident first impression?
It's about stepping into your power, letting the world see the amazingness you bring to the table.
Beautifully said. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the magic of thinking big. We hope you got a ton out of it. Until next time, keep thinking big and never stop believing in the power of your own potential.